Hello, I'm Tristan. I've made a wonderful sequence for you today. It's called 3 Warriors. We're going to go through Warrior 1, 2, and 3, so you can have confidence in your alignment. I think sometimes people can be uncertain about the differences between Warrior 1 and 2 and 3. So we're going to go through those and hopefully you'll feel confident in each one. When you're ready, find a comfortable seated position and we can begin. I'd like for you to include Ujjayi breath into the sequence today. So to do the Ujjayi breath, take your hand and pretend that it's a mirror. And you're going to try to fog the mirror with your breath, starting using your mouth. So, that sound, that feeling in the back of your throat, almost like a hissing sound. Now close your mouth and try to replicate that through your nose. Ujjayi breath is really good for grounding you and keeping you present during your practice. So that's why I want to include it today. So, still in your comfortable seated position, let's include that Ujjayi breath with movement. So inhale, bringing the arms up overhead to touch. And exhaling, bringing your palms through to center, using that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, interlacing the fingers. And exhale, pushing your palms away from you, rounding your spine, tucking your chin. Inhale, bringing the palms to the sky. And exhale, bringing them back down. Again, inhaling, palms to the sky. Exhale, palms to center. Inhale for that interlace, and exhale, pushing away and rounding. Inhale, palms to the sky, and exhale, then down to your sides. One more time, inhaling, palms to touch. Exhaling, bringing it through to center. Inhale for the interlace, and exhale to push. Inhale, palms to the sky, and exhale to touch the ground. Let's come into a tabletop position. So your knees will be under your hips, about hips distance. Palms nice and wide, wrist stacks under elbows, elbows stacked under shoulders. We're gonna go through some cat-cows. So as you inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, draw the shoulder blades together, and gaze up. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, push the shoulder blades away from each other, and tuck the chin. Inhaling to cow, and exhaling for cat. Continue a few rounds of cat-cow on your own, using that Ujjayi breath. Warming up the spine, warming up the lungs. Ujjayi breath is sometimes called the ocean breath because it resembles the sound of waves when they meet the beach. After your next round, find a neutral spine. Bring your right arm out in front of you, your left leg back. Draw your toes to your shin and push your left heel back. Inhale. As you exhale, draw your elbow and your knee together. Inhale, back out. And as you exhale, to touch. Inhale, back out. And one more time, exhale to touch. And come back to neutral tabletop. Let's do the other side. So left arm out, right leg back, pushing that heel, inhaling. And as you exhale, draw the elbow and knee to touch, engaging your core. Inhale, back out. Exhaling to touch. One more time, inhaling out and exhaling to touch again. And come back to a neutral tabletop. Just lift your left knee off the ground and kind of do a couple circles with your leg and hip. And go in the other direction. And we'll do the other side now. Right leg up, doing some circles with the hips. Warrior poses use quite a bit of hips, so it's nice to wake them up. You might get a couple cracks in. And back to tabletop. You can sit down on your heels for a moment, either knees touching or knees wide. Coming into child's pose. Arms out long in front of you. You can bring your forehead to touch the mat. Feeling your lungs as they expand with your inhale against your thighs, and with your exhale, the space that creates. Making your way back into tabletop, tucking your toes and pushing back into downward dog. You can walk out your dog, bending one knee, straightening the other, waking up those hamstrings. Eventually finding stillness. Looking towards the front of the mat and walking your feet to meet your hands. Inhale to a halfway lift, hands on the shins. And exhale to fold. Just put a little bend in the knees. Grab hold of either elbows and just hang here for a moment. Can sway from side to side, relieving tension in the low back, letting go of the elbows, and slowly rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae to a standing position. Inhale the arms up to the sky to touch, and exhale, drawing them down to forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Hands on the mat, step back into plank, and as you exhale, lower down. Inhale to a halfway lift, and as you exhale, push back into downward dog. Look to the front of the mat and slowly walk your feet to meet your hands. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold. And inhaling, coming all the way up. Hands to heart center. Inhaling the arms up. And this time you're gonna exhale into a chair. Your feet can either be toes touching or feet slightly apart. You want to be able to look down and see your toes as well. If you can't see your toes, you need to sit back a bit more into the heels. Another thing to be aware of is don't dump into your low back. Tuck your tailbone and engage your core so your spine is nice and straight and arms nice and strong along your ears. Inhale and exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Stepping back into plank. Inhale and exhale to lower. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale into downward dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky with your inhale, and as you exhale, draw your knee into your chest, stepping your right foot in between your hands. You want your right toes pointing forward, and your left toes pointing at about a 45-degree angle. You can inhale, coming up, bending into your front knee, your right knee, into Warrior One. So in Warrior One, we got our toes pointed in the right directions. Your heels can either be in line or a slightly wider stance for more stability. Your hip headlights, those two bones there, you want facing the front of the mat. Same with your shoulders. Your arms are going to be strong alongside your ears. You can either gaze forward or up at your hands. Call in your Ujjayi breath here for stability. Inhale, and as you exhale, reframe that front foot and step back into downward dog. Inhale, lifting the left leg up to the sky, and as you exhale, pull it forward, stepping in between your hands. Front toes are facing the mat, back toes at a 45-degree angle, inhaling up with a bend in the knees for Warrior One. Again, check the heel alignment, hip alignment, shoulder alignment, and arms are strong with your gaze. Remember to breathe. Inhale and exhale, hands to the ground, step back into downward dog. Inhale, coming forward into plank, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward dog. Take a breath here. And look to the front of the mat and step your feet to meet your hands. Inhale to a halfway lift and fold. Inhaling into the chair pose again. Looking down, making sure you can see your toes. And inhale to stand. In Tadasana, you're going to take a big step back with your left leg, directly back. Having a bend in the front leg. Inhaling the arms up into a high lunge. Your heel is off the ground, both feet are facing forward. To open up into Warrior Two, your front leg is going to stay exactly where it is, the knee and the foot position, but you're going to spin your back heel down so it's at a 90-degree angle to your other foot. Your heels can either be in line or heel to arch. Your hip headlights are going to be facing the left side of your mat. Same with your shoulders. Arms parallel to the ground, and your gaze is just over your second finger. Your drishti, point of focus. Maybe lower a bit in. Inhale. And on your exhale, place your forearm on your thigh and extend your left arm over your ear overhead, creating a nice long line of energy from that left pinky toe edge of your foot, through your leg, through your torso and your arm. Inhale. And as you exhale, reframe that front foot. Both feet are facing forward now. Ground through the left palm and inhale, opening your right arm up to the sky for a twist. Both palms back on the ground. Step your left foot to meet you right at the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And inhale, coming all the way back up. Back into Tadasana, your standing mountain pose. Let's Take a big step back with the right foot this time, directly back into a high lunge. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to spin that back foot down 90 degrees, checking your heel alignment. Knee has a good bend. It's not too far over, about a 90 degree if you can. Hip headlights facing the right side of your mat this time, shoulders right side of the mat, arms strong and gazing over that second finger, your drishti. Inhaling. As you exhale, place that forearm on the thigh and extend your right arm overhead over your ear. Inhale. As you exhale, reframe that front foot, both toes facing forward now, planting into the right hand, inhaling up for a twist. Both hands frame the foot again, and you're going to step your right foot to meet the left. Inhaling for a halfway lift and exhaling to fold. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Hands through center for the exhale. We've done warrior 1, we've done warrior 2. It's time for warrior 3. So really ground in through your right foot into the mat. Toes spread, all four corners of your feet. Engage your quad to stabilize the knee. And inhale, you're going to draw your left knee into your chest, flexing your toes towards your shin. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, you're going to tilt forward and bring your left leg back into a high lunge. Exhale, bring your prayer hands to heart center. Tilt forward and come onto your left toes. Take a big inhale and exhale through the nose. And on your next inhale, you're going to lift your back foot off the ground, straightening your right leg for warrior 3. Find a spot on the floor, maybe just in front of your top of your mat, and gaze there. Use that ujjayi breath for balance. Your hands can either stay here, or you can bring them out in front of you, creating a long line. Your hands, your arms, your torso, and your leg, and push that heel into the back imaginary wall behind you. For more of a challenge, you can bring your arms alongside your body, palms facing down. It's okay if your foot is jumping around, dancing, mine is too. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can place your hands on the ground and step your left foot to meet your right. Whew, my right glute is burning. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Hands through heart center. Let's do the other side. So ground through that left foot, all four corners of your feet. Engage your quad to stabilize the knee. Inhale, bringing that right knee into the chest. Crane pose. And as you exhale, tilt forward and slowly bring your right foot back into a high lunge. Exhaling, bringing your palms to heart center. Inhaling. Exhaling, ujjayi. And on your next inhale, tilting forward, bringing that right foot off the ground, straightening the left knee. Your toes on the right foot Coming closer to your shin, pushing that heel back. Maybe bringing the arms out in front of you. Maybe extra challenge, bringing them alongside your body, palms down. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, you can place your hands on the ground and bring your right foot to meet the left into a forward fold. Inhaling to a halfway lift and exhaling to fold. Inhaling, coming all the way back up. And hands to heart center. Great job. Let's do a vinyasa to reset and prepare for a cool down. So inhale, arms come up, and exhaling to fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Stepping back into a plank, inhaling, and as you exhale, lower down. Inhale, coming up into upward dog. Smile on your face. And as you exhale, downward dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky, and as you exhale, draw your right knee to your right wrist, placing your shin on the ground, untucking the left toes for pigeon. It should feel nice in that right hip. Staying up for a moment. You can either stay here, or you can make your way down to elbows, or a block if you have one, or a book. Pigeon is such a nice hip stretch. Remembering to breathe your Ujjayi breath into that hip. Couple more breaths here. If you're on your elbows, make your way back to your palms. Tuck your left toes and push back into downward dog. Inhaling the left leg up and exhaling, drawing the left knee to the left wrist, shin on the ground, untucking the right toes. A few breaths upright. Pigeon on the left side. Maybe making your way down to the elbows, if that's in your practice. Breathing into the left hip. Making your way back onto your palms. Tucking your right toes and coming into the last downward dog of the sequence. Looking to your hands and hopping through to seated. So extend both feet out in front of you. I'm going to face you. You're going to hug your right knee into your chest and just slide it over so that it's on the other side of your left thigh. Inhale your spine nice and long. Draw your left toes towards your shin. Inhale, and as you exhale, place your right hand behind you. Grab hold of your right knee with your left hand and twist to the right. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And use your exhale to twist a bit further. Gazing over your right shoulder, if you can. On your next inhale, unravel back to center. And you can take that right leg and place it on the inside of your left thigh. Inhaling a nice long spine, and as you exhale, walk your hands along both sides of the left leg. Keeping those toes pointing towards your shin. Maybe you can grab a hold of your foot. It's easy for me, I've got short legs. But wherever your hands end up is fine. With each breath, feel your body relax a little deeper into the stretch. One more breath in, and stay for your exhale. And slowly walk your hands back closer to your body. And let's switch legs. So now, right leg goes out straight, hug the left one into your body, and bring it over across your right leg so it's on the outside of your right thigh. Right toes are pointed towards your shin. Inhale, a nice long spine. Grab holds of your left knee with your right hand. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your left hand behind you for a twist. Inhale to lengthen your spine and use your exhale to twist deeper. Gazing over your left shoulder if possible. Inhale back to center. Bring that left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Spine nice and long. Right toes still pointing towards the shin. Inhaling and exhaling, walking your fingers down to where is comfortable for you along that right leg. One side might be more flexible than the other. Using your breath to breathe into those tight spaces and creating space with our breath. Inhaling and staying for your exhale. And slowly walking your hands back to your body. Bring both legs out in front of you and giving them a bit of a wiggle. You can bring the soles of your feet to touch. And depending on what kind of stretch you're after today, make a nice big diamond for a more mild stretch with your legs. Or bring your heels closer to your groin for a bit stronger of a groin stretch. Choose what feels best for you today. Inhale. And exhale, walk your hands out in front of you. Feeling a nice stretch in the groin. Maybe walking your fingers a couple steps further. And on your next inhale, walking your hands back. You can use your hands to help assist you bringing your knees back up. And you can lay back to the final pose today of Shavasana. So just laying flat on your mat, let your legs follow to the sides, your palms facing up, your eyes closed. Noticing if there's any changes energetically in your body from when you started this sequence. Perhaps you feel more calm. Perhaps you feel energized. Perhaps you feel exactly the same. Just laying here, enjoying the benefits of the physical movement of practice. And the benefits of our breath. Start to deepen your breath here. Invite movement by wiggling your fingers and toes. Eventually rolling over to your favorite side. Pausing for a breath or two here. And making your way back into a seated position. Eyes still closed. Drawing your palms together in prayer at your heart center. Thanking you for joining me in these three warriors. You yourself are a warrior. Thank you. Namaste.